person.
I will be the last to fall. I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call. 'Cause I will be the last to fall.
Hey, how are you guys doing this evening?
Hey,
Thanks a lot for being with us. We really appreciate that. Lloyd will keep your biscuits warm, but he will not sop them for you.
no.
That's entirely up to you. So, what you do with your biscuits is between you and the Lord. So, it's just let the Lord keep them warm. Well, of course, if you have never watched before, welcome in. If you have, you already know. I'm Chris. That's Stacia. Stacia is the heart and soul of this thing. I am the true crime guy. I'm the guy because I read about this crap all the time on the air. Um, and it never ceases to amaze me the level of depravity that some people will sink to. I don't know, around here locally, because I know this thing gets out all over the world, but around here locally in the Appalachian footholds, um, we had an arraignment. I think it was either Monday or Tuesday. Let me get back there to that. Here we go. Bottom of the screen, the ticker. Arraigned in Perry County double murder, back to back pretrial to be held July 23rd. They both entered not guilty pleas. The guy, Treston, is, I believe that's his name, or yeah, is accused of getting out during an argument on an abandoned strip job in Perry County and just opening fire. And I think he's 20, 21 years old. And the accusation is that he killed two people and critically wounded another. And then his girlfriend, who is 19, drove him back to her place, and Kentucky State Police found the gun in question used in this murder inside of one of her dresser drawers. So, and I have been snooping on their Facebook pages, and let me tell you, animosity is running rampant, and I get it, I do. A lot of times I say, social media is no place to air your grievances and stuff, but you know what? The ages of the victims were like 19 and 20. And I've already reached out to one of the victim's mother, and I think it may have been, a family member of his, and offered condolences and apologies, and let him know if there was anything that we could do, that we would, as a part of the Mountain Mysteries podcast, as a part of us, or just me as an individual. And I know Stacy and I, we were together on all this stuff. So, if you get me, you get her. If you get her, you get me. And that's just kind of the way it works. And Lloyd, he's kind of like the afterthought, but that's okay. He goes along with us, and it's okay for Lloyd to pick on me too. I'm just throwing that out there. So tonight is all about this right here. Well, I click the button and nothing happens. Damn Microsoft. There we go. Tell us your stories about hauntings, Bigfoot, UAP, which is unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFOs, as they used to be known back in my time. We'd love to hear about it. You can chat us with it on there. And basically, what is going to happen tonight is a spirit box session. Stace is going to do that. And we do have an announcement, although we've not got everything worked out. Let me explain to you what's different than before. I dropped one of the things that I was doing. I mean, I gave it up, because Stace will tell you, and anybody that knows me will tell you, I was just overwhelmed with so much.
Yeah.
And that was nobody's fault but my own. And I went on and said, you know what? This is one of those things where I need to step back and refocus. And now I work strictly, of course, taking care of Mikey is always a priority. And I'm fortunate and blessed enough to work with Q95. That is home to me. It has been home to me since 1998, and it's always going to be home to me. I love working with a radio station. I do. And I love the people that work there. And that's what I do now, that and this. And this, you guys are a part of my family. So, yeah, I love you guys too. What is coming? Stace and I have talked about it before we went on the air this evening.
Hear that?
About doing a Patreon only thing. We don't know exactly what day of the week yet, but before I had so much going on, we just couldn't get around to doing it. And now that's a little different. It's a blessing. And I know it's led by God, because I prayed about it over and over and over. And he answered the prayers. He'll always answer one of three ways. Yes, no, not right. And you just got to have faith. And I do. So with that being said, it is coming for the Patreon subscribers. And it doesn't matter if you're a $3, a $5, or a $10 tier. You got to be a minimum of 3. And if you want to do more than 10, you can. But it's $3 to $10, whatever your tier is. You will be a part of this, but it will be for Patreons only. And let me tell you, it's going to be a cut loose thing. Kind of watch what I say on here right now for obvious reasons. But when I get up on my little soapbox and I get going, as we all know, it just happens. And I'm just going to turn it loose. And Stace will too. In addition to that, she's already doing personal readings. She's helping people ease that pain and ease that empty feeling inside. And we all know what that's like when you lose somebody. Because I don't have a monopoly on loss. Not a single one of us do, but together as a whole, we all know what it feels like to lose somebody that we love. So tonight, my dear, first off, let me say you look absolutely gorgeous. You really do.
You're the sweetest thing. I always know when I feel like crap.
You look beautiful, and tell my face.
Yes, I will.
One of the most beautiful girls God ever saw fit to put on the face of this earth.
She's been sick for about a week, so she's
I know.
down.
I hope she gets to feeling better. And just send her my love. And if she needs anything, I'll do whatever I can to help her. Doesn't matter what it is. So tonight, we are going to open up the session. Hang on. Let's see. What's this? There we go.
Yeah, just write those down for me.
And whatever comes through, comes through. Now, once again, we will say that if there's somebody, and we can't guarantee who comes through,
Oh, sorry.
but we can say that it does help to have memories of them, to think about them. It gives them an energy. Emotion is tied to energy. I've seen that.
You want to write your name down too.
And I think that's exactly why the West Prestonsburg Bridge has the things going on that, that your mom picked up on, that Mama Lou picked up on, and that you've picked up on.
Yeah.
I can tell you, what I get every time I go by it is I think, that's a beautiful bridge, but it's a haunting feeling.
I hate
because
it.
of but because of what happened to Merle. That's Jim. And I mean, I think that kind of energy that comes out, it has a tendency to bind to either the
You're right.
room or the house or whatever is
It
nearby.
absorbs it right in there.
It sure does. And that bridge is right over water, and water, theoretically speaking, is a big conductor of things of this nature. So of the paranormal.
That
So
makes
that,
twice. It said Gorman's here.
huh?
Gordman is here.
Gordman.
Gorn.
Gorman?
That's what it sounds like. Twice. That was the first one.
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know
it's
who
kind of
I
hard to see
know.
that light. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
And then now it said Gorman's here.
You don't know him, do you?
Who is it?
The only Gorman I know is the guy I work with at Q95. He owns the station. That's Gorman Jr. His dad was Gorman Sr., who used to be the Floyd County Sheriff back in the day.
Okay, this is an old, like an old old man type of a voice.
Uh-huh. Well, he was the one that went to Indiana thinking that they had a confession from Merle's killer. That is him.
Okay.
And turns out the guy said that he didn't want to be in prison in Indiana because they treated him
Right.
mean. They were mean people.
Mm-hmm.
He said he'd rather do life in Kentucky than another day in Indiana. And I hope he rotted in Indiana in the prison up there, whoever this guy was. And I actually know the name. It's in the podcast episode, but I can't remember it off the top of my head. I'll be honest with you. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. I'll be honest with you. I do good to remember what I had for breakfast this morning. I think it was gluten.
Mm-hmm, me too.
That's right. Yeah. Anyway, that was wow. So yeah, I mean, and I wanted to pay the man proper respect. You know, we had Troy Sturgill, who was the sheriff at the time when it happened, and then some years later, Gorman Sr. had gone to Indiana to collect this guy, and then when he got up there, he realized it was a bunch of BS. So, but you know, hats off to him for trying. And
Casey's here.
Casey, does anybody? Let me pull over to the chat.
Girl.
Let me pull over here to the chat room and see if anybody in here. Yeah, we do normally say hi to people in the chat room, so I want to do that real quick. But if anybody knows a Casey, let me know. We want to say hi to Lori. Do what?
I've got the spirit box going. I just leave it on. I haven't got it turned up yet, though.
Okay. Karen Thompson's in here.
Hey, Carol.
Yeah, she is such a sweetheart. Janine Freeman, another sweet. We just got tons of good people in here. We got a lot of
absolutely.
Good Genevieve Robinson Williams, Jenny.
That's my sister.
I hope you're feeling better, baby girl. I do.
Yes.
Stephanie and Maddie Blankenship. Maddie says, "Hey, Maddie, you rock. You're the bomb. Going to college, going to change the world."
That's right.
She is awesome. Candace. Let's see. Debbie Scott Goodman. Debbie, thank you always for being so nice to me on Facebook because everybody else is so mean. Lloyd picks on me all the time. Let's see. Helen, of course.
Me too.
Yeah, well, you are allowed to pick on me. You can do that. You've known me long enough. So it's Marsha Flannery. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Loch Ness Gavin.
That's
cool
good
name,
to see you, buddy.
That's cool. Lisa Green. Of course, there's my girl, Kimberly Underwood Bradley. And Kim, thanks so much for your help. Her sister, who is sitting right here opposite of me, had this idea to pay tribute and respect to the accident victims of the 1958 Floyd County school bus tragedy. To this day, it's one of the worst school bus accidents in the nation's history. And I believe it was her father-in-law. Is that correct, Stace?
Yes.
That was there and helped
work
that scene. I mean, it was.
He's still alive.
Bless his heart, and I hope he's got many more birthdays coming.
Me too. He's something else.
But you know, the thing that always haunted me about that when I first heard about it was school bus number 27, and 27 people died. Yeah. 26 kids and the bus driver. And it was an accident. The bus driver wasn't being reckless that I know of. He was You know, it was February. If that tells you anything, the roads are slicker than snot then, anyways.
Think about
And I
it.
think he had hit the back of a wrecker or something, and it
Oh,
propelled the
my
bus over a hill, if I'm not mistaken. Big hi to Shannon Roland Van Hoos, Brandy Houston. Hey, Brandy, how you doing? Madonna Murray. Let's see here.
Donna.
You know, on the radio, Madonna, we call Madonna Madge. So can I call you Madge? I mean, just a question. Let's see. And Tracy Ferguson is in there. Tracy, Sandra Goforth, Kim Hamilton. Hey, Kim. Lloyd, why are we even talking about Lloyd Gullett? Okay. Rachel Lee. One of these days he's going to slap the taste out of my mouth, and all I can say is
He loves it. Don't worry about it.
I got it coming. Well, Lloyd keeps the biscuits warm. He's the keeper of the biscuits and keys and magical
Mhm.
creatures.
He's the professional door holder.
He is the professional door holder. Never forget my love for you. Okay. That's something. I agree with your theory on that. It's somebody who's lost somebody, and we know what that's like. And I think that's a wonderful name for a tribute. Robin Burchett. And I think I got everybody. If I didn't, just reach over and smack me, and it'll be all fine. We have posted a link to the Patreon website. If you want to get on there and become a tier member, you can do that. And if not, I will do it again. I'll be happy to. Okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this party started. Whoever comes through, and keep in mind, this is not for kids and the faint of heart, because sometimes and if you're easily offended, you at the Republican National Convention, you might as well just back the hell on up now and go out of here, because
Sure.
well, we got things come through on this box sometimes that it's not exactly kid friendly.
Something's so wet.
Like I said, it's not always family friendly. Yeah. So with that being said, Stace had to duck out of the camera on that one. So
Whenever you see me duck out, please know that I cannot hold my laughter anymore.
I can't. This camera zoomed in on me, so it is what it is, I guess. But I mean, I always can hit the mute the camera and mute the mic button, but still. Crystal Brook May just joined us. Hey, Crystal, it's great to see you. Let's go ahead and open it up and start running. Now, guys, in the chat room, if there's somebody that you'd like to go and hear from, think about them, and don't be
afraid. Some names, I'll call them out for y'all.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to post it in the chat room too. When Stace isn't looking at it, Lloyd is. So yeah, Kayla's here.
All right, somebody, let's see.
Yeah, Kayla, she is doing call outs.
Let me put my glasses on so I can see the screen.
I am going to get Stace a larger monitor. That laptop screen's not cutting it. Yes, Ralph.
Samantha, I love you.
If you could call out to Ralph. Yeah.
Ralph. Okay, for who?
For Ralph Jenna. Yeah.
Yeah, you something stuff. Ralph, can you come through for her, please?
Ralph is a hero. He was one of the police officers that was.
Oh my goodness! Yes, you can come through for us,
I can't even
Ralph.
freaking talk about it.
We love you, and you are a hero to us.
All four of them.
Sound like he said, "Honey, I am." Bree, man, she always comes through.
Kayla said that she'd like to reach out to Cody.
Genevieve, I love you. I just read your message, sweetheart. Yes, Kayla. If you want me to call anybody up, just let me know, honey. Sorry, I'm just getting out everybody's messages too.
I'm putting them up on the screen for you too,
Cody.
Stacey, so it'd be a little easier for you to see.
Cody Tanksley. If you could come through for Kayla, we would really appreciate that. Hattie's mommy Jean or daddy. Elva here. Jean or Elva. Hattie's in here for you. He said me. Something sound like he said Jess was my fiance or somebody was my fiance. Did you hear that? It's plain as day. My fiance. And the Robin's mammy. Candace would love to hear from Aunt Judy. Okay, anybody else, just start putting the names up there and I'll call them for you because I think I've scrolled all the way down. Marlene, if you can come through. Hey, Sharon. Like I said, Mom. Mildred. Do you have a message for Mildred? Somebody said Lorraine. Oh, yeah, Janine, for sure. Trevor, you know the floor's always open for you, too. In April as well.
Mm-hmm.
Deborah, if you could come through for Karen Lynn. Louise for Marcia. So like I said, I am.
I hear you got the Ovilus going too.
Yeah, I've got them wide open. Something about he was more ill. Ask him. Oh, did this sound like Trevor? Could you ask me that again? And Trevor, could you come back through if that was you? Louise, if you could come through for Marcia. Love to hear from you. Love to hear from you, April. And Kayla would like to hear from her grandfather too, Glenn. If you could come through for us. So somebody is trying to keep in touch. Who is trying to keep in touch? Next year or something. Next year. Dolly. Dolly, you could come through for Lori. We'd love to hear from you too, honey. Did you hear that? I'm here, my friend.
Yep.
Kind of sounded like almost like Elvis. Like an Elvis type voice. I don't know. It's crazy. It was me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see that. Genevieve. Is Barry or Tim here for Genevieve? She's been feeling really bad lately. Can you come through for her? Somebody said hello, a man's voice. Now you guys help me listen, because with all these people call outs, you might hear something that I don't. As usual.
Ooh.
Can the male voice come back through that was just talking to us? Could you tell me your name?
Kayla heard, "Hey, Mom."
Hey, something.
"Hey, baby."
It's 3 syllables.
Okay.
Plain as day. It was a woman that said, hey, something. Something like war. Could you guys tell me the name of the person you are trying to get a message to? Yes, she can hear you now. Judy. Judy twice. Barbara and Bob. Thank you all for coming through. I really appreciate that. Michael said it was you.
Oh, read this one here, Stace.
Ambulance bay door keeps opening on its own with no one there. Yeah, I heard Judy twice come through. Yep, for sure. We forgot. Something about a necklace. Something in yellow. It's like it's an auto. If there's anybody here with us in the chat room that you want to speak to, please let us know. Something that sounds like little old Sarah. Sounds like it said Cersei. I want her to know it was me. Annette. Cody, you have a message that you want sent to your daughter? Said she's looking like you so much. There's Sarah. Again, there's Sarah. So I saw a country sounding man said I tried to talk to her this morning. Hello? I keep hearing Otto. Is your name Otto? Do you have a message for somebody? Love to hear from Stacia if you want to come through. You know, it's always open for you too, honey. Male voice said, "Mommy." Oh, okay, Lori, gotcha. Surrey. If Grace Click could come through, Bobby would love to hear from you. And Miss McDonald will get that message through for you. Grace, if you could come through. I hear. At that restaurant. Grace Click. Yeah, Grace Click. I'm not far. Heard that. Did that say Colt? Leland? Something with Sarah. Somebody is here with Sarah. What is it?
I heard Tanksley. Or Tank something.
I thought I heard tank something. Yeah.
Tanksley. Yeah. Hello, Miss Jane.
Hey, Jane. Glad you're here.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Who are you here to help? You said, I'm here to help. Can you tell me who you're here to help? Dad. Can you tell me who your dad is? It was Mom. Something on the Cheerios. The little girl's here.
Okay, we're looking for Marsha's, also looking to hear from Marsha's sister, Becky, or father, James.
Betty, Bessie. Okay.
Hey, Christina.
This little girl's talking about food or something.
You don't,
It was in July. I can hear you, sweetheart.
you don't think that's...
Are you here to talk to your dad? Hi, sweet daddy Chris.
That's my baby girl.
Dad.
God, I love her. So much.
I give up.
Oh, you might as well. Yeah.
Yeah, did you get that one?
No, I kind of missed it because I was busy loading this picture right up here.
It was It said Rick with the first letter P, initial P, Rick.
No, that's not what I
Well,
heard.
that's okay, Lloyd. Just spell it out. That's all right.
No.
Damn, he's swinging for the fences tonight, ain't he? Knock it out of the park. So
It's this dollar store water we're on.
that's what it is. But anywhere else, you'd pay about $5 a can for that stuff. So that's with death.
Let's see. Can you see if my dad, Bill Thompson? Bill, could you come through for us? Crystal would love to hear from you. And Summer, we'd love to hear from you. Stacia. Yes, Summer. Yes. Are you here, Stacia? Somebody said yes. Is that for Summer?
We do think that was Summer. And for those of you who've missed that episode before, she kind of adopted me as her dad. And I am not just cool with that. I am over the moon with that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Eating.
Little girl loves eating. Gracie opened a restaurant. Bobby wants to know if she's proud of him. Okay, gotcha. Are you proud of Gracie? Bobby.
A big hey to Jeannie who just joined us. And Jane.
Yes. We're tough. We're tough. I'm sure you are, sweetheart. It's hard to go through what you've been through, and I'm sorry.
Hey, Shane. Good to have you.
Hey, Shane. Good to see you.
It's your room.
Chris.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who said Chris's name? Can you tell me your first name? Hey, can you tell me your first name?
Hey, Greta.
It's Shannon.
Shannon.
Somebody, a girl named Shannon's coming through for somebody. If there's somebody here in the chat room you want to talk to, all you have to do is say their name and we'll let them know. They can hear you.
Sherry and Jason Kelly said my dad.
Sherry.
Yeah.
Hey. Used us. Something with bells.
It's good to see you, Frank. You never know who's going to come through. Think of who you want to hear from the most and think about the memories you have of them.
Come through our circle of lot. Anybody here that's in the chat room you guys want to speak with, they can hear you. If they could just see us.
I know, baby girl. I know. We can feel you.
Try.
Maybe can you give me a sign? Maybe move one of those dolls or something behind Stace? I mean,
What is it?
Red has all these. Is that YouTube? YouTube.
That's so cool.
Yeah, the red ones are. It came through YouTube. You're more than welcome to move any of the dolls. just like you used to. You can move them for us. Any of these that are right here, everybody can see.
Shartiza.
No.
Touch Lloyd, Lori said.
No.
I knew it was coming.
Come on.
Hey, Summer, baby, you can walk over to the back of Lloyd and smack him right in the back of the head. That's fine. Lloyd likes to be touched.
No.
You're right.
She said, I think you're right. You're right.
Oh, no.
You can go over and rub the top of his head for good luck.
Summer, can you come back through for me? Love. Love.
Love.
Thanks, Steph. No.
Message him in something.
I'm gonna
Summer, you can always come here and give me a hug. I'd love that.
Can you come back through and say hello to Chris? Anybody else want to come through for anyone that's in our chat room with us? Behave. That's for you, Lloyd. Behave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, quit being a heathen.
That's right, Caleb.
I think Caleb's got it going on, yeah.
That's right.
It's for boy. Sharp.
Can y'all tell me if Johnny is with Madonna? I heard yes. First thing by a woman. I heard Linda.
That was my mom's name.
Linda, did you want to come through for somebody? March 28th. Seth. Who wants to come through for Seth? She said it's our party.
That it is. It's true. Yep.
Let's see, Tarina.
Serena Hicks.
Tarina, can you come through, please, for Rebecca?
Very fresh. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I can't remember what I had for breakfast this morning, let alone a few years ago, a couple of days ago. But yeah, you definitely ring some bells. Yeah. Well, yeah, your maiden name anyway. And I can barely see your picture because I think I'm just going to invest in like a 90-inch monitor in here. Or yeah, is it 90? Yeah. That way I'm blinded when I come out. I look like, where they set off the fireworks in Conehead and everybody's sunburnt. Yeah.
I need one with a magnifying glass built in.
Do what?
I said I need one with a magnifying glass built in.
Yeah, I kind of feel you. But we love doing it, Sherry. I'm the true crime guy. Right there's the heart of it. If you've never watched this before, that's Stace.
Trying to see
I just deal with the true crime and criminal boneheads, and there's plenty of those out there. Sitting in the floor, move its hand. That'd be my Summer. She will do things for.
You never know.
Yeah, she is. How do you love somebody so much that you never got to meet in life? But I do.
Seek revenge. Boy, oh boy. Does anybody else want to come through for anybody right here with us? Sure, they'd love to hear from you. And they can hear you.
real quick.
Okay,
move
Steph,
side to
I'll
side.
watch.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Lloyd, quit being a punani.
He's so good at it.
I'm glad I'm sitting on this other side.
They
Next time I'm gonna put you right up there on the floor with him.
You should have put him right over there on that side. If
I'm going to. I'm gonna make him watch over him next
see a
show.
grown man cry.
More than once.
Yeah. That is normally a sign. That is, when you have the dreams that are that vivid and you get messages, that's not by accident.
No, that's messages just for you.
You correct chat. Peter Wood owns. Is hair.
Tarina, if you could come through for Rebecca, she'd love to hear from you.
Bear to laugh.
Summer, are you making the babies move? Can you make this one move in the blue dress so that everybody can watch you? Can you make her move for us?
Sucks eggs.
We do that too, Candace. I think a lot of us do that. I'm from something house.
One thumb.
Wow, that was 2 sentences. Something in my thumb.
There's Leah.
Rutho, itchy on.
Can you tell me where you were from? Did you say you were from a hollow or a holler? Kayla says, Cody, can you sing the favorite song for Kayla?
Winter bird.
Something about my birds. Hello, and then it says what?
You.
Marcia, do you think you heard Ohio?
Fort something.
Yeah, anything you all hear, type it out and let us see it.
Yeah. I'll pop it right up there on the screen.
Oh, I hope for some justice too. Bless her heart.
It's already been way too long.
Yes, it sure has.
In all of these cases.
Yeah, Alex.
Alex.
Well,
Little girl said, yeah, Alex. Plain as day. Did y'all hear that too?
Mm-hmm.
well,
Me too, Helen. Me too, sister. There you go. July. Is it July? Or did you say you lie? Me too, Rebecca. Who are you saying hey to? Can you see one of us? Can you tell me who you're saying hey to?
That's a fact.
10. 317.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Thought it said Chris something.
I'll go back.
Yeah. Yeah, she called me Crease. Okay, probably.
Ryan A. Spo.
Summer seems to be very active.
Ryan something Stone.
Ryan.
It's like I said, Ryan A. Stone or something like that. I mean, they're giving out names left and right.
Which is unusual. Normally that doesn't
Very
happen.
unusual for that.
Normally they're kind of guarded about that kind of thing. Or they seem to be.
Is he tens?
Lloyd probably is, baby, but I'm okay. Lloyd's always tense. Unless he's out there working on his truck. And then he's probably even more tense. Because he's afraid he'll scratch it. Oh, I love Summer. She's my baby girl. I would have took anything I had to have that child and just raise her as mine. If they were going to treat her that way, I'd take her in a heartbeat.
Absolutely.
I would have went broke on sweets and cakes and whatever it was she wanted. I don't give a rap.
That's what made me think it might have been her too. She was talking about food again.
Yeah. Well, if you go back,
Every time.
a theory was that she. Now this is hard for me to say. Was that she was hurt or killed because she was wanting something to eat. That was a theory. I don't know how true that is, but
I'd say it's real, said that voice said.
I mean, to this day, my daughter comes over here and just buries into the cabinets, and I'm like, yeah, have at it, go whatever. I don't. I love it. I do. I didn't quite make out what she said there. From Rebecca Smith.
Said he put sounded like it said he put cover over me.
Rebecca wants to know, Summer, can you tell me if my mom really passed away from natural causes or if she was hurt by the nurses?
She said accident.
Accident.
And the man's voice said nurses. That's crazy.
That's a damn fact. What Jeannie said. I would have fed that baby till I had to roll her out the front door. I would have.
That's true, Janine. Yes.
That is your sadness coming over you, Helen. That's where it's coming from. My guess.
So how did you know?
I wish I'd known sooner, baby.
And this one said, he took my shoes, you dummy. Who took your shoes?
Freezer.
Oh my God. She said Friezo, like in the freezer, but like a little bit of like a speech problem maybe or something. Friezo, like a kid would say. Something we never thought of. This whole time I've never thought of that.
Me neither.
I've always thought just buried her somewhere in the water or in the ground.
Well, them sons of bitches are too lazy to dig a ditch or to dig a grave.
This is one.
Send her over to me, Helen. Tell her I got lots of hugs and love for her.
Hello.
Yeah, for you those of you that are used to Thursday, sorry about that, guys. You'll get used to Wednesday, and
Did she just say he used me as a slave?
there ain't a tree tall enough, a rope stout enough, or a grave deep enough that I can dig for that son of a bitch.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I can tell you what happened to their shoes.
Oh yeah, whoever killed her wound up with them.
Get me started.
Talking about
on
April Pennington
that.
over there.
Kills me, I swear.
You know, I'm sorry, guys. I get this thing because I think I know who I'm talking about. You guys do too. I'll get back into the feel of this pretty quick.
One of these days.
That's a good idea, Ernestine. Set your weekly alarm.
Are we right about who took April's K-Swiss? Are we right? Did it say pussy?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Yeah, you're right on that one. Sure is.
Must be bringing up Lloyd again. You guys can also
Sound
subscribe.
like he said babe.
You guys can also subscribe to Facebook, The Mountain Mysteries, and we put notices on there all the time. And then join the Mountain Mysteries family, 606 Paranormal on Facebook. It's got all that stuff on there. Sherry was in April's grade, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, listen, that was Cody being vulgar. Gotcha. That's okay. It's allowed, especially for that one.
Yeah, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
That's his favorite bad word. We've all got one. We've all got a favorite.
I've been watching the camera and try to zoom in and zoom out. You know, it doesn't do that unless there's something moving.
That's a fact. You know, I thought about that earlier when...
Just wondering why it's doing that. See, it doesn't do it unless something moves.
Oh. And remember, that camera can see things that you can't.
Exactly. I think I got one of them. What did you get?
I got a few too, Hattie.
I want to thank everybody for coming through for us tonight on the Spirit Box and on our other devices. You don't know how much it means to each and every one of us to even have a chance to listen.
And Summer, I love hearing from you.
Absolutely.
Baby, if you could come through anytime, I would love to hear from you. And it don't have to be on this show.
Q, if you could come through for Angela. She just came through and we'd like to hear from you before we go. If anybody else wants to come through with a message before we sign out.
I agree, Madonna. Somebody needs to pay the people that did it.
Absolutely, sister. Absolutely.
And I think one is paying very slowly, because if you've taken a look at that individual lately, good God have mercy. I mean, that thing is fugly.
Sound like a little girl going just doodling around.
Sound like a little bit of a hum there.
We love you.
Ooh, Hattie's got spooky dolls too, apparently.
Who does?
Hattie,
Oh yeah.
play with any of the dolls? Sweet baby, we love you. Yeah, we do.
We love you very much.
Updates on Amber Spradlin.
I'm going to turn this down.
As far as the true crime side goes, same thing that we've been talking about for months. They said it takes a while to process DNA and all that, but it's one of those things that I'm hoping for the best. That's really what I can tell you. I can say that I hope justice is served. I was hoping it would have been served by now, but now the other side of that is I'm not privy to the inside of that case or the state police findings or any other findings. I do know they have said that they have collected a boatload of evidence and that it takes time to process that. And I do believe because of the double jeopardy thing, they want to make sure whoever they put on trial for this is the party responsible and that they are going to throw them under the jail and they will never see the light of day again. But there is speculation that whoever it is could very well plead guilt by insanity, and they'd never see the inside of a prison. It's been the rest of their life in an institution, if that's the case. There's so many what's, ands, and ifs, and this is what I'm really careful about because I hate gossip. And all we can do right now at this point is know the facts, stick to the facts, and everything else is pure speculation. When are they going to make an arrest? Well, I don't know. My crystal ball's broken. When are they going to do this? I don't know. I don't know. I do know the fact that it's been over a year that she was viciously, brutally, and needlessly murdered. I don't give a rat's ass what the reason, end quote, was. I don't care. There is no reason for that woman, that baby, to have suffered that. And I didn't know her, but I feel like after talking to Missy and Debbie, I feel like I grew up with her. I feel like I've known her for years. But, all I can do is say, I hope that when the arrest is made, I'm there or I'm close by and I can get there and maybe talk to them. Because, here's the thing, making the arrest is one thing, but making the conviction is something entirely different. So I'm pretty sure that KSP and all of the criminal or all of the police agencies are going to do everything that they can to make sure it's an airtight case. Slam dunk. But what happens after that? And then, of course, if there is a conviction, then you've got the sentencing phase. What's that going to be like? What's that going to, how long is that going to take? I don't think the sentencing phase will take long. I just wonder what the sentence will be. Because if they find this individuals guilty and they plead guilty by reason of insanity, they'll never see the inside of Eddyville. They'll never see the inside of whatever prison. They'll go to a mental institution more than likely, or in a place where they're going to be locked up for the rest of their lives. And granted, they'll never get out again, but it's not like doing time in a prison where they would pass you around like a peace pipe. Take turns, your currency. Oh, well, that's worth 2 cigarettes and a movie night. Yeah.
He never was crazy before.
Well, not that I know. Like I said, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be hard to argue that because, he wasn't crazy beforehand.
And Christine here's got a good point. The family did file a civil suit against several individuals, and that's true. We had that all over the news. I've actually got a copy of the civil suit that was sent to me by a friend. And, there's several listed there. You're absolutely right. And, you've got the frustration of wanting justice, and now you got the and this whole time it's like a great big snowball that's building up and building up and building up. And what you've got is also the frustration, the anger. And I mean, am I wrong in thinking they should be pissed off? I don't think so. I would be pissed off. I'd be madder than a wet hen. Hell, I'd be fighting a hornet's nest. And I don't blame them for being pissed off. But the blame needs to lay squarely where the blame is due. It's that simple. So let's see here. Ernestine, Genevieve. Are they dragging their feet? Again, that's, if I were to answer that, it's speculating. I don't see KSP dragging their feet. I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying they never have. I'm just saying I don't see it. Listen, the state cops I know and the state cops I'm friends with and some of the administration, they want to get this crap done and get it behind them. Because let me tell you something, the one thing that will never end, law enforcement is like the medical profession. There's always going to be sick people and there's always going to be dumbasses out there. If they would put that effort into working or developing a career, they'd make a great living. Instead, they put that much effort into not working, into not developing a career, and to getting whatever they can, however they can, by any means necessary, and to hell with anybody else if it screws them over or not. They don't care. That's why I do the true crime side. I'm getting ready to get up on that podium, and we really don't have time for that tonight. But to be quite honest with you, if I had 3 wishes, it would be to find out and to put away Summer Wells, who hurt her, who did this to Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me rephrase my wish. That would be one way. Who did this to these people? And I'm talking about Krista, Garrett. I'm talking about Summer. I'm talking about April. I'm talking about Amber. I'm talking about Crystal Rogers. Well, we know who killed Crystal Rogers. They got him in jail right now. That's Brooks Houck, and I think they've arrested 2 or 3 accomplices with him. And hell, if you want what it seems to be like, I mean, I don't know that his brother's been arrested for anything, but he was the one told him don't talk to the don't talk to the detectives. And he was a cop at the time. Got his ass fired for that too.
Yep.
Obstructing an investigation.
Piece of shit.
I'm sorry, but all of a sudden it just got a little bit of a chill in here, and I'm thinking I know who that is. I think it's my baby. I think it's Summer. It just feels like it because it gets chilled, and then I get this warm feeling. So
it's chilly here too.
Yeah, well, yeah. At your place,
Wonder why.
Yeah. I bet poor old Lloyd's sitting over going,
He brings a blanket when he plugs in.
Oh, it's okay, sugar tits.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. We love you, sweet nipples. It's okay. So when I grow up, I want to be like Deadpool. Is it true that Muriel's headstone was stolen, broken?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Broken and stolen, right?
I don't know about being broken.
Oh, okay. But it was.
I know that it was not there when I went there.
Okay. That's a really good question.
I have to go up and look around. See what
I don't care. Here's the thing, though. We replace that. How long will it be before somebody else? Because let me tell you something. You've got story. I've done a story on this kid from Martin County in the news. Well, he's 24 years old. He and 2 other people were walking on a trail, and they set a fire to a religious item. It's like a prayer thing. And I'm sorry, it escapes me right now because, to be honest with you, when I get pissed off, I try to forget stuff like that because my BP does not need to jump. But yeah, this guy, and I'm sitting there going, what the hell good did that do anybody? What did that do? Oh, you're a big man. You set fire to. Yeah. Yeah. So we going back through here. Let's see here. Vanita said, so sad she didn't have to die. No, she didn't. Amber didn't. None of them had to. April didn't have to. And April was 1991 was when her life was taken. That's 32 years ago? 33, something like that. Yeah, Genevieve, you're right. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Jennifer Shepard going in and out of Arkansas Creek, going by the place she was murdered every day, knowing someone or someone is still walking free, and now they have cut all kinds of trees. That was by the black link fence. I don't really know much about that. I don't. I've not heard about that. In some cases, maybe being insane is the punishment. Maybe. And I'm tired. I'm sorry I've let this kind of slip. But yeah, when I get off on my pedestal, I'm not really paying a lot of attention to chats. Shane Rex, prison sucks. Yes, it does. I'm sure. I'm lucky I've never been there, and I'd rather not go because, like I said, pass you around like a peace pipe if you're not careful. Especially gin pop, so I'm told. And it just goes on. You guys can probably read these comments too. A lot of these are, it's actually a mix of Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So Summer giving me a hug and April putting her head on my shoulder. God, I love that. She did that one time. Just laid her head right there on that shoulder because she did not want to be in school that day. And nobody really wanted to be there, but we all were. So yeah, she was 1 in a billion. But you know what? So are you. Everybody is. When somebody joins up on our Facebook page, I have this habit to go and snoop their Facebook page. It's not that I'm looking for anything specifically. I just want to see who's a part of the family. And I got to say, I am beyond impressed with so many of you. But every once in a while, I'll run across a post that you feel like you're down and you're out. And it's okay to feel that way sometimes. Just don't let it keep you down. I mean, have a cup of coffee, have a drink, get a friend to come over, or maybe go out to dinner with a friend. Because let me tell you.
Holler at me, because I'm probably having a bad day too.
Yeah, she's got Lloyd. I mean, that gives her a look at him. I mean, what would you do?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, what would you do? But remember this, you guys, every single one of you individually, if I could mention you by name right now, I would. But the fact of the matter is, you're worth it. If you're still here, God's got a reason for you. It's that simple. There's no great big mathematical equation at play here. It's God's will. He can take you at any time he wants, but yet you're here. Why? I'll tell you my suspicion. Rock in a pond. Throw a rock in a body of water, a pond, whatever, a lake, and watch it ripple. Do you know that over 30 some years, April Pennington has been gone from us in this world? And yet to this day, she continues to make a difference. Amber Spradlin continues to make a difference. Krista Nicole Garrett continues to make a difference. And these differences aren't minor. You know, if nobody loved these people, then nobody would give a rat's ass what happened next. But we do. Now, my kick is that people are basically loving, caring. They're good at heart for the most part. Because if not, then you explain to me how all these people I've read in this chat room up here tonight, how all of these people can talk about how they love Summer Wells and they never met her. I didn't either. But yet, I got lucky. Summer adopted me as her dad. Because apparently her biological father, well, we'll let that go. Again, pedestal, pissed off. You get it. I did know April. I didn't know Amber, but I feel like I did. I don't know Krista, but I feel like I do. You see, when you get into these podcasts and you get into doing what Stacy and I does, or what we do, then you know, you get the feeling of these people. And through people like, you know, Amber's family, Krista's family, you get to know them. I knew April from high school. And she was a teenager. She made mistakes. Did she like to party? Oh, I'm sure. But she was a beautiful soul. She was a beautiful girl, and she had a heart. My God, if you could watch her when somebody picked on somebody that was a special needs child, Katie barred the doors because hell just broke loose. Or if you picked on somebody elderly. Look, I'm too old to fight. I'll pick up a damn bat. And I'm like Merle on the movie Signs, Mel Gibson. Swing for the fences, baby. You should nobody should ever do that. We use whatever strength I've got left. We use it for those who can't speak for themselves and who can't defend themselves.
Amen.
Now, God's got a reason for you to be here. And you know what? I'm glad you're here. You know, there's people I'll text sometimes and I'll message and say, hey, you know, you look great. You're doing great. Don't give up. You know, I've got this one, and I'm not going to mention names, but I swear to you, God, she is so beautiful. She is incredible. She's kind of like a daughter to me, too. And she doesn't see it. She thinks that she's this or that or the other. My God. Baby, if you could just see yourself through my eyes. Nothing I wouldn't give for you. And there's nothing I wouldn't give for Summer or to have Amber back and actually sit down with her and meet with her. I hear that she was quite the foodie. I think Amber and I would have got along famously. I think we would have been great. Or Krista, to sit down and just shake Krista and tell her, you are good enough. Don't think you're not. And I'm saying that to you right now. You are good enough. Don't ever let anybody dictate your circumstances. Only God can do that. And he loves you. If he loves you enough to send his only son to die for you, what makes you think you're not good enough? You are. Now, I get hard times. I get it. I know what it's like. I've lost things. I've lost cars. I've had them repossessed. I've lost all. I've went through it. I've made my share of mistakes, and some more than once. And I had to learn over and over and over again and again and again. But that's okay. I think mistakes are a good thing. Even for people like me who sometimes have to repeat them a couple of times before they figure it out. Because when you do, you haven't just learned it, you know it, you feel it, you live it, you breathe it. And you know what not to do. So don't ever think that no matter what you're going through right now, that you're not enough and that you're not worth it and that you're not worth being here. And you are not, listen to me, you are not a burden. You're not. I know some of you out there right now are going through a pretty hard time that you're missing people that you love. I get that. I do it every day too. Mom, Dad, Trevor, Ollie, list goes on. I mean, I still miss, there was this girl I went to school with, Angel Butcher. She died in 1989. I still miss her. She was one of the most beautiful people you ever laid eyes on. Jimmy Davis.
Jennifer Ferguson.
Jennifer Ferguson. God, I love Jen.
One of Mama's friends.
I loved her.
Me too.
2 weeks before she died, I got her keys out of her ignition in her car because she somehow or another she managed. You know, Jen, she managed to get it locked up. She had the Lumina, the Chevy Lumina, that she got killed in.
Yep, we were going out the next day. They came and got me about an hour after it happened.
She was beside a Arby's.
I'll never forget it.
And I was working in a store, and she came in, and she said, "Is there any way that you can get my keys out of my car?" And I said, "Did you lock them in?" She said, "No, they're stuck in the ignition. I can't get them out." She said, "The door will open fine." And so I went out there and I worked with it and finally got it out.
We just brought in doll hairs. We put in doll hairs
Yeah,
together.
doll hairs would not. Yeah, it had not been in long. So this was
Nope, we were working on it.
back in the early to mid 90s, I guess.
Early 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, Jen was great.
Tore
But
me
yeah, I
up.
miss all these people. I know. But here's what I cling to. Here's what I cling to. You see, the God that I serve, which is my Lord and Savior. And I'm not saying I'm perfect because I sin every day. Lord knows I talk to him more than I have to apologize to him every day and repent every day. I do. It's a habit for me now. But the Lord and God I serve did make a promise. He said, I will never, one of the last things he said before he ascended, I will never leave you. He said, I will be with you until the end of the age. And he is. Our problem runs into us leaving him. But you know, any good shepherd will go after that one sheep when the flock is behind him waiting. And that's what Jesus does. But he also made a promise. God himself made the promise that you will see them again in heaven. And when you get there, there will be no more parting of ways. There'll be no more tears. There'll be no more sorrow. You'll never have to say goodbye again. Ever. Now, there's one way to get there. It's through Christ. That's the kicker. To me, it's not a kicker. To me, that's the least I can do. So I'm talking to you right now. You got somebody that you love and you miss? Trust me, they are still with you. And one day you will be with them. There's a painting out there called The First Day in Heaven, and I wish I had a copy of it just to show you. It's beautiful. People reuniting. It's incredible. He also said that I won't put anything on your shoulders that you can't bear. You're right, Sharon. But sometimes that cross is heavy. But if you think the one that you're packing is heavy, imagine the one Jesus packed.
Yep.
Just saying, don't think you're not worth it. You are. Don't think you don't have a purpose here. You do. You feel ugly, you're beautiful. You feel not worthy, you are worthy. If the one true living God deemed you so, I don't see where you've got any right to think differently. Maybe you just need a friend. Or maybe you're like me and you live in a closet. I stay in here a lot, but it's my peace place. It's my peaceful place. I like this. Guys, what does it mean when family visits you in your dreams? Jenny, that could mean a couple of things, I think. And I'll let Stacy weigh in on this, especially Stace, because she is very, very profound with this. But I think that, number one, it could be our subconscious coming through and, you're just manifesting that you miss them so much. But that is possible. But what I really feel, especially if it's recurring and vivid, is that they are coming to you in your sleep. You see, a lot of people, why do they come to us in our sleep? Because your mind isn't as busy then. Through the day, we are so busy. Thank you so much, baby girl. That is it. That's The First Day in Heaven. That's the painting. That we are so busy each day thinking about, God, that is beautiful, isn't it? It is so beautiful. Tell you what, I'm going to find that and I'm going to download it. And next week on the episode, we will have a picture to show you in full form right here. But I think that, through the day, we deal with grief. We deal with stress. We deal with, pardon my language, bullshit. We deal with all of these different things. And we can't seem to think about nothing other than, oh, God, I got the deadline to meet. I got this to meet. I got that to meet. I got this to do. I got these idiots to deal with. I got that going on. I got that going on. Oh, and that blocks our way.
Yep.
Of the signs. I'll tell you a real quick story before we jump off here. But Stace, I want you to weigh in on this too. I'm riding down the road. Now, one of the things that my dad left me was my love of riding motorcycles. He told me that'll get you through hard times. And he said, anybody that rides in here will tell you, if you're riding and playing with motorcycles, you ain't got no money for drugs or nothing else. And I happen to ride a freaking Harley. And Harleys, the HD don't stand for Harley Davidson. It stands for $100 or more. I don't give a damn if you buy a shirt. A shirt now is $50.
Yeah.
Because it says Harley Davidson on it. And God help you, if you print the name yourself, you got to send them a check each month for $1.50 for as long as you own the shirt, because they got the name right. It's patented. But anyways, I'm going to be riding down the road. Now you keep in mind here, there's several people that I miss, but chief among those that really hits me so hard is my mom and dad and Trevor. It's not uncommon for me to be going down the road and I see 3 hawks flying, circling overhead. Now, if they were buzzards, I'd be a little more concerned. But these are hawks, beautiful animals, beautiful birds. And they're like following me. Now, if I'm dealing with grief and if I'm dealing with all this, I'm probably not going to notice that. But when you're on a bike, that is my escape. I'm not thinking about anything other than keeping my ass alive for the next hour or whatever it is. And that opens me up to seeing things like that. They are still with you and they send you signs. We have to learn to shut everything else off so we can see them. Stace, what do you think it means when somebody, a family member or a loved one, comes and visits you in your dreams?
That's how they visit. There's several ways they visit you, but that just happens to be, especially if you're more empathic, that happens to be the way that they visit. If they don't visit you, it's okay too.
That's true. That's true. It doesn't mean they're not there.
That's right. We
Love
don't
you all
know.
so very much. I hope everyone visited by a loved one tonight and that Miss Stacey gets plenty of rest.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Thank you for being here, honey.
Love you, girl.
Appreciate it. So, yes, I do. And, you know, if they don't visit you, it took my dad a long time for me to have a dream about my dad. And I finally had one just a while back. But in that dream was my dad and my mom. Trevor was in that dream. What's the coincidences of that happening? At some point in your life, you're going to realize coincidences is a fancy word for God is at work. They will come and visit you when you need them. And sometimes you may not even know you need them, but they do. They do. And you've always got us. Now that you guys have been tipped off that I'm no longer doing 3,000 things at once. Shane said his escape is catfishing. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with it. If somebody got on here and said that their escape is knitting and crocheting, well, guess what? That was my mom's escape. My dad did that too in the wintertime when he couldn't be out on his bike. He would crochet. I've got an American flag in here that he crocheted for me. That's an Afghan. Beautiful. Dad did that. Mine, I am very fortunate. It happens to be what I do for a living. Working with Q95. That is a wonderful thing for me. I love it. And I had to step away from it for a while to realize how much I needed to be there. I wanted to be there. And of course, talking to you guys, that's a big thing for me. So you see, I've got 2 or 3. I've got the studio and I've got motorcycles and sometimes just sitting downstairs and talking to my kid when she comes over or talking to my brother.
Yeah.
And Mikey may be special needs, but you'd be amazed at how intelligent he is. I was. But I've always known that. Just never really came from. I think you've always known it, Stace.
He's very special.
He's 1 in a million. Guys, with this being said, I want you to know that we love you.
Absolutely.
We do. We love you. And even Lloyd, the old hateful Grinch, he loves you. Look at that big smile. Oh, you're daddy sugar tits. Yes, you are. Gotta have fun with him. He's a comic relief. He is, because we do talk about some pretty serious stuff. But guys, listen, next week on the gatherings, we're going to have, and 606 Paranormal is actually going to be playing a huge role in hosting this, is Pandora Paranormal, another paranormal investigative team. And they're going to talk about some of the cases that they've worked. 606 will talk about, hopefully, some of the cases that Stace has worked with her team. And I and Lloyd, he's going to make the biscuits and I'm going to serve the tea. That's what it is. And if there are any updates, which I'm sure there will be coming soon.
Sounds like a good night to me.
Yeah. And we'll run the box again.
Absolutely.
And soon we hope to just keep pushing and going a little bit further. Next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Yeah, Christina. Talk about Christina's just awesome. I love her so much. She's just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
She really is. She's just cool as hell. She's just awesome. And send my chocolate my love. She'll know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. So, but guys, we're going to step out. And Stace, dear, by the way, I forgot to ask you at the beginning, how are you feeling now?
Much better. Getting rested up and doing better.
That's what I want. Baby,
Yeah.
you get some rest tonight. Know that I love you.
Will do. Love you. Love everybody.
Guys, you all have a good night. I'm Chris for Stace and Lloyd. And as always, stay mysterious. God bless you.